Bare naked, bare naked, bare naked, ABCs.
Welcome to the Bare Naked ABCs, where we discuss every Bare Naked Lady song from 7 to Y and then back again. We've discussed 300 songs now, and from this ivory tower, I have to say that I love what I can see. I've been up in this tower, and it's a beautiful sight, and I can hear a song playing in the background. It's kind of repetitive. Okay, I wish it would stop now. It's like bees humming in my ear.
Not the bees.
Your defenses are useless against them. Aaron knows.
The goggles, they do nothing.
They're attacking my ear, not the face. Not the face. Aaron. Heidi, Betsy, can you make it stop?
Song 2, Stormy News. Do you have any? Put a salt circle around you and burn some sage.
Fun fact: Stelio. Amongst the major arcana in the tarot deck, the tower represents calamity.
Calamity.
Ooh. Calamity.
That makes sense.
Every time I think of the tower, have you ever seen Canadian Bacon? I highly suggest that film if you've never seen it before. No. It's John Candy, Rhea Perlman. Hilarious. We got Alan Alda. We go to war with Canada for no reason at all. Kevin Pollak is in it. And Rhea Perlman goes to... She's going to take out the war thing that's in the CN Tower, which is in... She's like, well, we're going to the Capitol. Where's that? And they're like, Ottawa. It's just... They're like, no way. So anyway, it's hilarious. It's funny.
Where's Ottawa? So if you haven't got it from the little bit that we've been talking about it already, this week's song is See the Tower from In Flight. And if you have never heard it before, here is a brief snippet.
See the tower, tall and beautiful, like a thimble on a sharp pencil. People know of you no matter where I go. Your reputation is international. See the tower, see the tower. Hell.
Oh God! All I can hear is this song all week. No. God, it's still going. Oh wait, that's Heidi. You know what, Aaron, Heidi, please do the breakdown.
Breakdown. It's easy.
It is an easy one this week, that's for sure.
It's almost like it's like two bars that keep repeating themselves over
like
and over and over.
Verse, mini chorus, verse, mini chorus. Like I call it mini chorus because it's see the tower, the tower, and I have it in A. Is that what you have? I have it in A.
Lydian.
A Lydian, yes, because you've got that F sharp minor in there. Yeah. Yes,
that's what. So
it's a 1-5-1-5 6.
Wait, there's a 6 in there?
Yeah, there's actually 4
6.
chords, Tracy. You refer to this as a 2-chord song. It's actually a 4-chord song.
It's actually a 4-chord song.
When do we get the third and fourth chord? Variant.
Yeah.
So we have A and E as Heidi pointed out, 1-5, and then we occasionally go to F sharp minor and B. And that's pretty much it.
So a minor 6 and a minor 2 chord. And that's pretty much it. And I agree. A Lydian, hey Lydia, hey, have you met Lydia? Lydia the Lydian lady. Sorry, that's a great song. But as far as form goes, well, you got a verse. See the tower, verse. See the tower, verse. Instrumental interlude, verse. See the tower, verse. There are 7, 8, 9, 10 verses.
10. kind of like a folk song. There's like not even a chorus. It's like a refrain.
Yeah, like a folk ballad, which doesn't usually have a chorus attached in a folk ballad. I know I'm teaching all about ballads right now in one of the courses I'm teaching.
Way, Sandy, my dear.
Right. And in this case, you just get, see the tower, see the tower.
Yeah, it's, would you call this 3/4 or 6/8 or 12/8? It feels waltzy to me, so I'm saying 3/4. What do you think? 1 and 2,
da-da, 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2. I think it's in 3.
Yeah, that feels like 3 to me.
It feels like a waltzy 3. Yeah, which is unusual. They don't have a whole lot of songs in 3.
Yeah, they've got some 12/8s, but not a lot of like straight up.
No, not a whole dates. And this is like, there's it's simple.
It is very simple.
Does Kevin vary away from? I know we talked about the chords, but in terms of the notes themselves, does he vary away from the notes at all?
Not really. Like there's like subtle. Like sometimes he changes up the order of the chords, but like he'll like climb up and then climb back down. But like for the most part, it's pretty locked in.
I feel almost like he could play the notes for 2 bars. And then just hit that record button and just hit
repetitive, but it is pretty. It's pretty close. It's in it was recorded at 127 beats per minute. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. Honestly, I can't think of much else to say.
I have a lot to say.
Well, we should have just had this be our April Fool's episode, and then we could have just like had us all say the same thing over and over again. You could just loop it, Tracy, for like an hour.
Yes.
It was okay. It was okay.
It's an okay song.
Wow.
My notes is that this isn't just an earworm. This is a SETI eel.
That's what this eel? It's the search for extraterrestrial intelligence eel?
Is it like
this is the SETI eel from Star Trek 2. That just, it goes in there and it does all the damage, but it tells you over and over again what you have to do and that you can't turn this off.
Oh, this the brain worms that
from SETI
Alpha 4.
Paul, what was
strong?
Paul,
it's a worm in your brain.
I can't remember his name.
It's the brain.
It's Paul something, right? Paul Winfield. He was the chief of police in Terminator.
In Police Academy.
Wow, good pull.
Yeah, that's he played a lot of cops. And in Wrath of Khan, he played kind of sort of a space cop, military police maybe.
Space
and he
cop.
got an earworm, a literal earworm.
Space cop.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's about all I have to say about that, to quote Forrest Gump.
Feels
Betsy,
like it goes on.
Yeah.
See the Betsy
Sorry.
and Tracy, what did you think about it musically speaking?
You hydrate, Tracy.
Yeah, nice dodge there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to
Tracy's
drink strategically right now.
beverage there.
Me too.
I like 3/4, so I liked the music of it. I like the waltzy feel. That's kind of what drew me in, as far in as it drew me, and partially retained me. So I really liked the feel of this earworm parasite brain core.
What
thing.
was it in Star Trek where they put the worm in your ear?
That's what I was talking about. The SETI eel.
Yeah, Wrath of Khan. Right.
Khan. Yeah, I like the organ. The organ's kind of cool. I like the sound of it.
So,
Yeah.
It's kind of reminds me of Roundabout.
Yeah.
Like, is it Yes?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Do.
And is it doing an accordion sound at one point, or is it that the actual accordion?
I mean, I would presume it's a synth voice, but I guess.
I mean, so here's the thing. I've lost this album. It's in my house somewhere, but I'm not sad that I've lost this album.
Brutal.
Dang.
And I'm not really going out of my way to try to find it. And if you go online to Wikipedia, it's been like, 6 months, 7 months now? no one has done a Wikipedia page on this album yet.
Oof.
So I think that kind of goes along with my feeling.
I think this might go down in history as one of the most poorly received Bare Naked Ladies albums, if not
including
the most,
Snack Time.
Okay.
So do I.
Like Snack Time, but
There's some decent songs.
okay. Can you tell your voice that? Because that's not what it
I would
sounds
be
like.
curious to see how at the end of this my rating average for this album stacks up against Snack Time, because I've been Snack Time and the holiday album I've been notably not particularly kind to, so I am curious.
I have been not kind to Silverball, and I will say,
I would take
from my
Silverball over
experience,
this album.
I will.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I would defend.
I would take
Silverball.
Silverball over this album, which, considering how much I've shat on Silverball during this whole thing,
Shunt.
Dart.
I've shunt.
Yeah, Shant. I shall shit on another album like I shall
shan't
shit
shit.
on this one.
Hey, Pantheon listeners. Christian Swain here, taking a break from listening to a little Shouted Out Loudcast episode. Love Tom and Zeus talking all things Kiss. Of course, I was listening to them on my new Raycon wireless earbuds. They have quickly become my go-to earbuds because of the comfort. These soft tips are the best I've ever used. And at this price, plus a Pantheon discount, Raycon is really hitting on all marks. Sound quality is great too. I really love having these 3 EQ options because I like more bass in the music, but less in my podcast. 8 hours of playtime for the battery is great as well. Surround sound, noise isolating, and awareness mode are all included. These are great earbuds. Go to buyraycon.com/Pantheon today to get 20% off your Raycom order plus free shipping. That's right. You'll get 20% off and free shipping at buyraycon.com/Pantheon. buyraycon.com/Pantheon.
Oh dear.
When I shit around the house, I really
Oh my gosh, can I tell you something real quick? Because that made me think of Weird Al. So my colleague up at who's in our university system, but at the other campus, just got approval to teach a whole class on Weird Al. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Nice.
But also Weird Al
awesome.
Nice.
also posted about it as well. So my colleague, Brian Warner, is Warwick rather, is teaching a whole class next semester on Weird Al, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that first? I'm just going to create a whole class on Bare Naked Ladies, and I don't know who's going to show up because they might think it's a women's studies course, or they think it's like a art class where you have to draw, or they could think it's music. Yes.
This is not human sexuality 101.
Did you say your colleague was named Brian Warner?
Yeah.
Do you teach?
Warwick.
lying in bed.
Oh, okay. I was like, do you teach alongside Marilyn Manson?
No, Brian Warwick, and at the other university, of course, I already mentioned this is
right.
Joe Gittleman. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do have some celebs.
Pretty.
Speaking of Marilyn Manson,
Aside from
Aaron, no, I'm
yourself.
just kidding.
We,
I mean, come on.
naturally.
I have a podcast.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, I don't. I'm part of.
Our whole 5 listeners would agree.
Eventually, Aaron and I need to. We need to
have-
collaborate on a music project because I'm
we
really
absolutely
jelly.
do.
We should totally collaborate on a music project. I can do like jazz standards. You can do a little jazz piano. We can sing "See the Tower."
No!
I'd like to dedicate this song to Tracy.
If I ran a seafood restaurant,
If
I
I
would
ran a
insist-
seafood restaurant,
try the chowder.
try the chowder.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Try the chowder.
Well, why don't we talk about the verses of this song? I don't think we'll be talking very long about the chorus.
dear.
I mean, other than the chorus, they have come
No.
directly out and said that, yes, this is about the CN Tower. He didn't want to say that it was the CN Tower, though, because in the future, this might become such a big song that in the future, the CN Tower may change its name because that, it could get bought out by another corporation. So, he called it See the Tower instead.
Oh, I can get that because, I still call the Sears Tower, but that's not the Sears Tower anymore. There are lots of buildings that have changed names.
Yeah.
Or it's like stadiums and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Come on
where's
down
the garden?
to
There's no
NFT Arena.
Right.
Well, it took me a long time to call Gillette Stadium by the new name. It took me a good 5 years.
What the heck is Gillette Stadium?
It is Foxborough.
Oh my God!
It's a shaving arena.
Yeah.
But Gillette has been Gillette
They
for
just do
what,
group
20
shaving.
years
Oh yeah,
now?
I saw
Has it been that long?
Pink Floyd
Shaving
there when it was still Foxborough, and that was in the early '90s.
I saw Dave Matthews Band when it was Foxborough. It must have been right before they changed it because I was pretty young.
Oh well, and then they demolished it.
1998, I want to
Just a
say.
baby.
I think so. Yeah, because I think I saw Floyd. It had to have been
Lucky.
95,
Pink
94. It was during their Pulse tour, so that was a while ago. And
Well, take my pulse right now because
So see
this
the
song is
challenge.
dying in my brain. But let's talk about the verses. By the way, if you didn't think there were enough verses of the song, there were 6 more verses written.
no,
I want 6 more verses. 6 more
4 more
verses.
years?
6 more verses.
I mean, I am
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
really wanting to hear what those other 6 verses are. It's a sickness, guys.
I
It really
love.
is.
Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. I adore Kevin Hearn. I love Kevin Hearn. He's my favorite. But this whole song kind of reminds me of freshman poetry class or a freshman writing assignment. Okay, find all the things you can talk about this tree. See the tree with lots of leaves on it, and I would climb it if I could reach it. I mean, that. I just kind of feel like he threw every possible thing about the CN Tower at the wall, and I appreciate that it's his love letter to this monument of Canada, which I mean, they don't have a whole lot of
Just let them have this.
Let them have it, right? They got Niagara Falls,
Tread
which Canada's the
lightly.
better side of Niagara Falls, and they've got the CN
True.
Tower. What? I mean,
Excuse me. They got Timmy
Timmy's,
Hortons.
Timmers.
They got Sobeys. They got
yeah,
King's
but I
got
mean,
Bryan
as far
Adams.
as we've got,
Brian Adams, we know you listen. Come on the show.
Bryan Adams.
DC that's full of monuments and things that are recognizable. The Hoover Dam is recognizable. The Grand Canyon is recognizable. When you think Canada, they always have to throw up a shot of the CN Tower so you know, they're in Canada.
Yeah. It's like we're in New York. Here's the Empire State Building. Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean,
Anytime you have
Vancouver
an
is
alien
even-
invasion. They're going to blow up the Empire State Building in New York. They're going to blow up the Eiffel Tower, and they're going to Canada. We're going to blow up the CN Tower. That's what it is.
I mean, Vancouver is even generic enough that they use it in all the TV shows when they do the giant overhead
Yeah, we need to
Right.
establish that we're in Canada.
We're in New York.
Even though
We-
this
it could be
particular show
any-
takes place in Toronto, we're going to show you the CN Tower. You have to do it.
even films and things that they set in New York, they film in Toronto
Vancouver.
or Vancouver. It's wait, I'm pretty sure that's not New York City, but okay.
They do use Toronto a lot for other cities. It's kind of funny to see that.
Yeah.
And if you've been there and you know that skyline, you're like, oh, okay.
But what's funny is
But
sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
No, I was just gonna say the tower. The tower is a cool part of the Canadian architecture, and I do like that they reference other kind of national treasures. There's Alanis Morissette references in there and
Yeah.
stuff. I enjoyed that.
Well, teaching my ballad unit with my students, I tell that a basic ballad is usually about one thing, You give me the who, what, where, when, and why. And that's kind of what he's doing. He tells you when it was built, tell this building, the important parts about it, like all these things to describe it. So this is kind of like a classic love ballad for the CN Tower.
Here's the problem, though. I agree with you about the Alanis Morissette line, Aaron.
Yes.
But my problem is that, like, the timpani, that's got to be a timpani coming in at the end of that verse, right?
Was it a big boom, 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 boom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the timpani, too.
It covers over the Alanis Morissette go to the line where he's alluding to Alanis Morissette. It's
a jagged pill to swallow, but you ought to know.
You ought to
boom,
know.
boom, 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 boom. I'm like, he says ought to know, but you don't hear it because of the timpani.
I mean, I am kind of
here.
embarrassed that they missed the obvious pun of you Ottawa.
Yeah, you ought to I was thinking that too.
And I like this story about his friend. I thought that was a cool little story.
Me too. There's actually a similar story do a name drop of Mike TV. Mike TV from Get Set Go had a similar story on his podcast about how he wanted to take a girl out on a date. And he didn't have any money, and he's like, "Do you just want to go ride the elevators at there's some like place? Hold on, I got it here somewhere. Marriott Desert Springs. Do the same thing, jumping up and down in the elevator.
What's the difference between being in the elevator and riding the roof of the elevator, though? So maybe it's not in the song. I don't remember the actual words.
He said something
in the
about
song.
the roof. I didn't know it was an elevator. I thought he said riding around the roof. Like I thought he was like, I thought his friend was like somebody maybe like who worked maintenance, and they like clipped a harness on, and they like swung around the tower pole or something. Like that was that's what was in
he
my
says
head.
my pal Richard, he had a good friend. He worked at the tower in the 80s, and he got fired for joyriding on the roof of the elevator. What a goof!
Oh, the elevator. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but there's like that Dan guy that's jumped it a few times. So.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture, that video. Some crazy
now the verse
daredevil.
about the pumpkin smashing, it's got to be just pumpkin smashing because it can't have anything to do with Smashing Pumpkins, the band. Because
why not?
They're from Illinois.
Why not?
Well, yeah, but like a lot of bands have played there. Tiny Tim's not from Toronto, is he?
That
Don't make me look that up.
They have 6 high-speed glass-fronted elevators, and they get to the top in 58 seconds.
And Tiny Tim was from New York, man.
That's nuts. I don't want to ride that elevator ever.
Wait, how long, Heidi?
It takes. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. It's what does it say? 58 sec. Let's see. Okay, 58 seconds. They have 6 high-speed glass-fronted elevators. They go 15 miles an hour.
That's awesome. You know what you could do then? This is a note for all our fans in the Greater Toronto area. Go and watch the sunset, and then go right up to the top of the roof on the elevator, and then watch it again.
No, I'm not going to.
Double sunset
That'd
date.
be pretty.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Go sunsets.
I mean, it could be about the Smashing Pumpkins, but like in the other ones that he's referring to them, he's more overt about how he's referring to them.
Billy Corgan, we know you listen. Come on the show. Let us know if you ever played the CN Tower.
Yep.
I bet you they did.
I'm pretty sure
I would be
saw a
shocked
little
if they
video about it,
hadn't
but hold
played
on.
there.
Yeah.
I like the little glimpse that we get into Kevin's life that he
Stand
went on a
by.
date there. And then he's...
That's
Is that the
cute.
Canadian
And she never
equivalent of You've
left.
Got Mail? Not You've Got... Is it You've Got Mail? No, it's Sleepless in Seattle, where they meet at the top of the Empire State Building. Is that
Yes.
the Canadian equivalent?
So I just was Googling CN Tower Smashing Pumpkins, and apparently they light it up to look like a pumpkin around Halloween.
Yes.
So that's probably what they're talking about.
And they also do a laser light show sometimes.
Speaking of Pink Floyd.
One year they actually put a giant pumpkin light around it.
Okay.
Like they put a giant ball
pumpkin
of
light. Yeah, you remember those commercials? That was the pumpkin knife.
Can we talk about the fact that he uses the
pumpkin
word
knife.
shaft? You dang right.
I'm talking about the CN Tower, baby. Then I can dig it.
15 miles an hour.
Complicated tower.
Shaft. You damn right. Oh, Isaac Hayes.
I want to hear that song.
R.I.P. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard the suggestion? I think it's more or less confirmed by Tarantino that Django and Django Unchained is supposed to be like the great grandfather of John Shaft or whatever.
No.
I like it.
Yeah, makes sense. It computes.
I just looked up See the Tower on Song Meetings to get the lyrics that they have there. Nope, they don't have it.
What is the Rockets played cowboys and Indians not being taught about colonialism?
Okay, so
The Houston Rockets and the Dallas Cowboys.
And the Cleveland Indians.
Yes, Aaron.
Genius got it wrong.
I don't know.
Genius got a lot of the words wrong in the later verses. So on
silly.
Genius, it says, "We crashed millions so Canadians could look out at their home on their native land." No. No.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
It costs
Inconsistent with being
it cost millions so Canadians could look out at their
That
home
makes
on
more
native land.
more
Home
sense.
and native land. And then Rockets played Cowboys and Indians was what Genius had. No.
Hold on, let me guess.
All the
Rockets.
kids played
That's what I
Cowboys
thought. I
and
was like,
Indians.
wait, I was pretty sure I hadn't heard it as
I
Rockets.
was like, raucous,
Auto-correcting.
the adjective, and then laid as in they were wearing lays from Hawaii.
now I get it. I get it.
No, yeah.
L-E-I-apostrophe.
I
Okay, that
do
makes
like-
more sense.
And then the King Kong's line was also different. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't have the lines here in front of me. They wrote down that is that King Kong climbing to the top? And it's... Oh, I can't remember. I heard it, but hold on. Let me pull up the song and I can tell you what I heard.
The tower.
Wrong notes.
Do you have the notes there?
Me too.
The ones that...
Oh, yes. Is that King Kong climbing to the top? Will the tower ever stop?
Will the tower ever stop?
5 evers.
It's not just forever; it's 5 ever.
Oh.
Longer than forever. It's
well
5
played,
ever.
sir. Well played.
Longer than
All right, so I thought that line that I got wrong as well. So.
the
Yep, thinking about that too, Heidi.
foreverness of the tower. Higher than that guy on the elevator god.
Can I just say that I hated this song enough that when I heard that line, I heard, "Will the tower song ever stop?"
Song that never ends.
Aw.
I don't think I've ever. Because any questions you can ask the mayor if they're not banning a band or having an affair, selling furniture, forging contracts, or getting videotaped while they're smoking crack. It's like, holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah, I thought that was a
Yeah, Kevin went for a slap on the face on that one.
interesting reference to. Oh shoot! Hold on. What was his name? I want to say it. I almost said Chris Christie, but apologies to the good state of New Jersey. But Chris, we know you listen. Come on the show. What was his name? It was Rob Ford. Rob Ford. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rob Ford.
Yeah. Rob Ford.
Well, and it's interesting. Kevin wasn't even a part of the band when they got banned from playing in Nathan Phillips Square.
Why did they get banned?
Yes.
Okay,
right.
so the story goes that way back when B&L, like before they made it big, back when the yellow tape was still building in the music shops and becoming famous, they were invited to play at Nathan Phillips Square, which is right outside of Town Hall. But the mayor at that time thought that that the name of the band was inappropriate and that they should, and she banned them from playing.
Inappropriate.
That was actually one of the things that made the yellow tape skyrocket, because people were like, "Wait, who's this band?
Did the mayor
tell me more about
Smashing
them?"
Pumpkins to play there, because it's a booby reference.
That's violence
believe it or
against
not. Not
vegetables.
talking about. It's like you have Smashing Pumpkins, my lady.
Oh,
that's what it actually was.
Smashing melons, yeah.
I think Billy Corgan, we know you listen. Come on the show. Clarify.
Dang right. You're dang right.
Dang right.
Shift.
Now I don't know why he wrote the King Kong line.
Well,
Because-
it's their equivalent of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
It is. All I could think of is that is the building that they had the chimpanzee climb in another postcard.
I
Yeah,
bet you that's it. That, and haven't you ever seen Terrence and Phillip versus King Kong? That Canadian classic movie, Tracy?
Jesus Christ, no.
And that also explains the next line of will the tower ever stop, because
Never.
it was blasted into space.
Ever.
And so
Forever.
with BNL on it.
Five ever.
5
I counted
ever.
5 evers on that one. I worked hard.
Girls,
I was
5 ever.
corrected.
ever, 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 ever,
Coming up the tower.
You,
never, ever,
So I
ever.
think, Tracy, you're saying that you would be happy to see the tower, but you're hoping you don't have to see the tower ever, 5 ever, for the rest of your life.
I've never seen a purple cow. I never hope to
With a
see
green
one.
eyebrow,
But I can tell
down
you
by the
anyhow,
bay.
I'd rather see them be one.
If you take enough drugs, you'll see a purple cow.
Oh,
I've been
duh.
given to understand.
I'd rather see the CN Tower.
Then blood in your urine? What? You trailed off.
Nice.
I've never seen the CN Tower. I really like to
Nothing
see
like a
one.
good pee-pee joke.
But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see one than hear a song about one.
Okay.
and tower.
Hickory dickory dock. This. Oh, we're not doing it now.
I can't stand this song. I'm glad we're done with it. I hope I never have to hear it again.
I'm sorry, Kevin. We love you so much, but no, yeah, okay.
Please remember, kids, it's not a dumbwaiter. Don't ever ride on the roof of an elevator.
Hey, Pantheon listeners, Christian Swain here. Another day, another podcast I'm working on. This time, it's Famous and Gravy with Amit and Michael. I want to let you know that I loved the Factor Meals package so much that I re-upped for myself, and then I sent a package to my in-laws. Like I was with my first shipment from Factor Meals, the in-laws were as excited to try one of the prepared restaurant quality meals. Well, they got the shipment of Protein Plus meal plan and were very impressed. See, being in their 80s, anything to make the meal prep easy is a plus for them. They heated the oven per instructions, and minutes later were enjoying a very delicious, nutritious, and dietitian-approved meal. One big win for me. But what really floored them was the taste. Like I told you, it's surprising how good these meals taste. Restaurant quality indeed. And like my own shipment, it really was everything Factor Meals said it would be for some seniors. No prep, no mess meals. Factor Meals are 100% ready to heat and eat. Take it from me and my in-laws. Head to factormeals.com/Pantheon50 and use the code Pantheon50 to get 50% off. That's factormeals.com/Pantheon50 and use the code Pantheon50 to get 50% off. Thank you, Factor Meals.
Ever.
All right, how many CN Towers do we want to give this song, guys? Heidi, we haven't heard from you in a couple weeks. How many CN Towers do you
Oh my
want to give this
gosh.
song?
I preface this again with I love you, Kevin, so very much. You're a wonderful human. You are extremely talented, but this
Please come on the
song,
show.
this is like when I taught elementary music and I just was like, okay, everybody repeat after me. I'll sing the verse and you sing See the Tower. See the Tower. Now, granted, I do think it could be a great educational song, leaving out some of the verses, of course, like smoking crack, for small children.
That's also
That is very
educational.
Drugs are bad,
It's just
okay?
a different grade level.
But this one is a tough one for me. I'm gonna give this a 2.5. 2. I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
2.5. 2.5, which is I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I'm so sorry.
And Heidi, I forgot to say, based on something you said earlier, how long would you think that Kevin spent writing this song?
Again, I'm betting that this came out pretty easily. Like, this is like he took a lot of musical X-Lax and it just came right out. No? How long did he spend?
He's been working on this song for years.
No,
yeah.
I could have. Oh
10
man,
He wrote
I-
one verse a year.
This is one that he just kept coming back to.
Oh, and this is.
Listen.
Oh.
You can't rush perfection.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
sometimes maybe you should.
Hold on to it,
Hold
maybe a little
on
bit
for one
longer.
more. Okay.
Hold on to the
Hold
song.
on to it
This is our last album. I guess I gotta throw out
Don't let
everything
it
I
get
had
out
left over.
Ever.
I mean,
Betsy,
before Betsy goes, I want to make sure that she has time to say everything she wants to say. But I did want to say you mentioned that this might be the last album. I do. It does kind of feel like, hey, you know that song about the tower that you were working on? You might want to polish it off and finish it up because this might be our last hurrah here. So that, but you know what? I mean,
The last jam.
Betsy, see the Betsy.
See the Betsy.
Hey, yo. It's me.
ironic on an audio podcast.
Did you want a
Yeah.
little more information about
You-
the CN
you-
Tower before I
Sure.
gave my opinion?
Educate us.
I watched a video, so now I'm an expert.
Did you see it a Holiday Inn Express last
So
night
the
too?
highlights,
I want to
guess.
hear it in a verse format, though.
I did. I'm super
You have to sing
I
it.
want to hear it in a verse.
Sing it to the tune of "See the Tower."
553.3 meters tall, built from 1973 to 1976. Oh wait, am I singing the facts
either
or
or.
score?
I thought you want to do the
Going
facts.
on?
Either
facts
or.
first,
We're
right?
going.
Just the
Whose
facts.
answer
now.
these? Facts, just the facts. So yes, the CN Tower was the tallest building in the world for 30 years, 553.3 meters tall. It took 4 years to build until 2007 when that bitch skyscraper Burj
that Burj Khalifa.
in the UAE trumped it. I know.
What a showboat.
I know. The only other, I know. What a diva. So the only other thing of note is that to put the antenna on top of the tower, because it is a communications tower, they placed it with a helicopter, and the helicopter had a name, and the helicopter's name was Olga.
Olga.
So we can do CN Towers, or we could honor the helicopter that placed the antenna.
Well, now I have to change it to how
I
many
don't
Olgas.
I'm really like, why did we name it?
Well, I
Olga? That's
associate
totally not
helicopters
even
with Ride the Valkyrie
anything they
thanks
mentioned.
to was it Apocalypse Now? So
Oh, yeah.
I would rather hear Ride of the Valkyries.
Beautiful.
But
Dun, 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 dun.
but Betsy,
Go
what was
to
your
the
rating?
bathroom. Sorry.
So I don't love this song, but it's Kevin, so he's always so charming and beautiful, and hey, you know me, I always like to learn something from a song, and I love 3/4 time. So yeah, I know it's repetitive. I know it's a little loved it, Elementary.
My
but
dear Watson.
I would give it
Ooh.
3.5.
Olgas.
Whatever we decided on. Olgas, okay. I wasn't sure if that was official.
Aaron, how about you? How many Olgas do you give this?
Interestingly, I am just about right between Betsy and Heidi, I think. I did enjoy the song. I definitely thought it was a tad repetitive. I like to give it good ribbing as much as anyone else. But I didn't hate it. I think it was probably, if 2.5 is average, I do like this song, I think, better than some of the ones that I've kind of rated 2.5. So I would say 3 Olgas. It's a fair song, and I don't know. I would have liked to have seen it developed into something more. Is all.
Well, no one cares what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh my God! Yes, we do. Say what you need to say.
I actually like the lyrics. It's a beautiful homage to the tower and to the people and the little Canadian snarks. I love that. I was driving along with my kids this week in the car, though, when bam, it hit me. I knew
Another.
Leia Ramadala.
That's
sorry.
That's not funny. Yeah.
Okay.
I know what this song is missing.
What?
So
A proper chorus and a bridge.
They just have a tower.
Okay. But rim shot.
Rim job.
Ew. Oh my. You're gonna have to say all that over again because Aaron said rim
I said no
shot.
such thing. Never. Me? Potion 5.
So if you listen to the song Escape or the Pina Colada song,
If you like pina coladas, which is a terrible.
No, I said rim job. So please back it up and rewind.
you realize I hear everything when I go back to re-edit, right?
You don't edit these. All right, say what you got to say, buddy. Love you.
If you listen to the song Escape, or the
Yes.
Pina Colada song is what most people call it, it's repetitive in the same way that this song is. It's that same 4 bars that repeat
River
throughout
Holmes.
the song. And yes. So what makes that song work? Why is it catchy in a good way? One, it's slower, so you don't get quickly annoyed at the repetition, I think. But there are faster songs that are highly repetitive that still are catchy. So, which brings me to number 2, which is the music underneath repeats, but there's an electric guitar riff over the top of that, which doesn't repeat, and it separates itself from the rest of the music. And it's repetitive, but in a different way and off a different measure. And so it makes you want to keep listening. And the singing is also repetitive, but it's not repetitive on the riff that's underneath.
Well, there is a chorus that is sung that the melody differs from the verse. The verse is like ba 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 ba, right? And then
Well, that's what I'm saying. The difference between what's being sung and what's being played makes it more complex and more interesting. And then you have the guitar riff, which is different than what's going on underneath it. That's what's wrong with this song. So Kevin is singing.
So how many pina colada flavored haterades are you drinking?
Wow. Cut me right off. Man.
I'm kidding.
Damn.
Wow.
No, the problem is the bass, the synth, the drums, and the vocal are all on the same repetition. And along with the lyrical notes matching the synth notes. And all of that's right up front. There's this interesting guitar riff that's going on, but they put it at the very back so you can barely hear it. If they fix those things, I think it might sound better. And I think that Kevin is a really great songsmith. I'm really disappointed in this song, and I wish that it was more complicated, because I know Kevin can. I mean, you listen to something like Born Human, and you know that he can write complicated and interesting.
By wolves.
So to me, I give this a 2.
Ooh, a deuce.
I give it a deuce. Yep, that's what I think of it. All right. So maybe this song will be out of my head by next week. Next week's song will be less earwormy, right? Oh God. No.
No, what is it?
Next week's song, we're talking about Sabbath Santa.
Is that like Black Sabbath
covering
Santa baby?
We'll go into more of it, but it's basically for the deluxe version of the Christmas album, they released Tyler singing "Santa Claus is Coming to Town" to Black Sabbath.
Okay.
All right.
So it's definitely repetitive and earwormy, but I think it's going to be worth it.
I'm into it.
Guys, thank you guys so much for coming on and talking with me about this song.
The pleasure is all
more
yours.
Well, have a great night, and next week we'll be back for Christmas, I guess.
Christmas comes early this year.
Christmas comes early.
Yes, she does.
All right, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I gotta go ride an elevator up the tower. Up the tower.
Scour the tower.
Scour the tower.
Jump off
In
the tower.
Shower.
Don't jump off the tower.
Please don't scour. I've got power. Finally, after not having
got power. That's
all right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Guten Nacht.
Guten Nacht. Ja, da.
I adore you still.
Hey, this is Liberty DeVito.
This is Mike Del Giudice.
This is Michael Cavanaugh from Broadway's Moving Out.
This is John Jackson, director of the Billy Joel Archive.
This is Russell Javers.
This is Richie Canada, and you're listening to Glass Houses, a Billy Joel podcast. It's awesome.
I'm Michael Grosvenor.
And I'm Jack Fernino.
We're lifelong Billy Joel fans who launched a podcast in 2020 celebrating the music we love.
Whether you're looking for the greatest hits or the B-sides and rarities, you'll find it all here. And if you've ever wondered what happens behind the scenes of a concert or recording session, we've got you covered.
Join us as we explore albums, tours, band members, the latest news, and more. You'll also get a unique glimpse into the music industry straight from the musicians and other professionals who help make it all happen.
Tune into Glass Houses, a Billy Joel podcast at glasshouses.pod.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Glass Houses, a Billy Joel podcast is a proud member of the Pantheon Podcasts Network.